imagine if I could show you or tell you why everything that you've tried and failed at to this point, why you failed. Whether it's improving your health, losing weight, quitting smoking, getting better from a disease, or even getting sick. There's reasons why you either can't move towards something or you can't move away from something. And today we're going to talk about that. Hi everybody. My name is Carol Serby and I'm the owner of the Ominika Healing Institute, Northern British Columbia premier institute for hypnotherapy, timeline therapy, neurolinguistic programming, energy healing workshops and training. Thank you so much for joining me here today. So what is this that I'm talking about? When we start, let's use a new fitness routine. When we start a new fitness routine, we're all gung-ho, we're all getting crazy and we go for it, right? And we're at the gym 3 or 4 days a week. But what we don't take into consideration, why many of us fall off the wagon, so to speak, is that there's usually what we call a secondary gain. Now, this secondary gain can come in any shape, any size, any form, and it will be very specific to whatever you personally are trying to accomplish. You could also look at it from the point of view of the subconscious mind ulterior motive. So I have a lady right now that is in hospital, and I've been to see her a few times and we've done a little bit of work in the hospital room. And one day she decided that that was enough. She basically, all her test results were going one way, bad, and then one day she hit this wall and she decided that all her test results were going to go the good way, right? Perfect. But what happened is after about 3 or 4 days, things are improving, things are getting better. She's stonewalled a little bit. And she doesn't want to move forward anymore. And she's done such a great job up until this point in time. So what's happening? Why did she decide to change things? She moved forward and now she's stopped. Why is that? Well, she's an older lady, so she doesn't have any children at home, but even still going home, there's a lot of responsibility there. There's a lot of, I can only imagine what it's like for men because, of course, I'm not a man, I'm a woman. But, if you're in a hospital and you have people coming to visit you and you have people bringing you meals and you have people cleaning the room for you and you have people being kind and caring to you and you have people looking after your every single need. Some people might think that that's a pretty good deal and might go home. If I go home, I'm going to have to do all this stuff for myself. And maybe up until that point in life, maybe they've never had anybody do that for them. And they kind of like it. Now, I'm not saying that this is this lady's situation. I'm just saying it could be. So when you're facing hitting a wall, I wonder what your ulterior motives are. Here's another example. There was, I think it was a rheumatoid arthritis class action lawsuit. It's something I heard about somewhere. And they were focusing on rheumatoid arthritis. They wanted to heal it. They wanted to find a cure for it. And I think there was like 100 people in this study. And they went through all the preliminary, checklists and questionnaires and yada, yada, yada. And one of the questions was, is there any reason why you cannot heal your rheumatoid arthritis? And many of the people, or all of the people, answered no, there's no reason why I can't heal it. So as things progressed, there was no healing amongst this group of 100 people, no healing whatsoever in the rheumatoid arthritis. Now bear with me here because I am getting to a point. So the question became, was it the healer, was it the medication, or was it a secondary gain? So it's very rare out of a group of 100 people that you get a result of net zero for all of them. So as the study completed and as they were doing all the follow-ups, what came to light after the study was that each and every person was on the same, I think it was the same medication, and they were all involved in a class action lawsuit against the medical company, medical drug, whatever, I don't know the particulars, that were to offer relief for the rheumatoid arthritis. So that would be a pretty big secondary gain. That if they stayed sick, they could stay involved in the class action lawsuit and potentially get money, however much, at the end. That's a pretty strong secondary gain and pretty motivating to not get well. So of course, that whole study was skewed by the class action lawsuit that nobody happened to mention at the time they entered the study. So secondary gains can be something like that, where you don't really think it should impede your ability to get better, but it does. So we talked about secondary gains, about the love and attention from family and the support that you're getting when you're ill and maybe you've never had before. We're talking about the potential for monetary gain. Even though they didn't think that the class action lawsuit would affect their ability to heal, it actually does. So when you're trying to improve or to better or to heal or to move forward and you come against a wall, your question needs to be, what are my ulterior motives to not being able to move forward? And sometimes those ulterior motives become very blatant in just a matter of a day or so of asking the question. And sometimes they're so deep in the unconscious mind that you can't get to them. You need help. And that's where hypnotherapy can come in. We can dig into what's going on in the unconscious mind that, of course, you're not aware of. The feelings, the anger, the rage, the shame, the hurt, the guilt, repressed memories. So maybe you had moved towards health before, or maybe you were healthy, and then there was something happened that instilled the fight, flight, or freeze in you, which then locked you into a state of unhealthiness. Or, it's a moving away from something that made you feel bad or made you feel scared. And it could be a memory that you just don't remember, or maybe it was the first memory you don't remember, And like a pearl, we take that first memory, and just like the clam does with the pearl, we keep adding layers, adding layers, adding layers until it actually physically bursts out of the body through pain, illness, injury, and disease. And the somatic address of that pain, illness, injury, or disease can tell us a lot about what the emotions are behind it. So we've covered a little bit here today. I took you on a little bit of a windy path. But I think it's important to do it that way so that you can see some examples of how secondary gains, ulterior motives can show up for you. So again, if you're hitting a wall, if you're up against stuff and everything you try isn't working, what's your secondary gain? Maybe you're trying to start a business and you just can't get clients. Maybe your secondary gain is the fear of what your family will say, or the fear of what your spouse will say if you're actually successful. Who are you to do that? Who are you to be successful? Who are you to make more money than me? Who are you to think that you can be in charge of your own time and your own schedule? Or who are you to become this entrepreneur and work so hard and take all your time away from me? Okay, so you really have to open the flower petals, so to speak, and look at everything and analyze it from every different direction, because it's not only one way. It's not only, it's always either what are you giving to that they won't get anymore, or what are you getting that you won't get anymore? So all these things, they interplay in our lives. They interplay with our psyche. They interplay with our somatics. And if you're not aware of what's going on, they can really, really, really wreak havoc in your life. So that all being said, if you have any questions, which you might after the end of this one, because of the windy path I took you down, please absolutely leave a comment, or if you really like it or think somebody else will get something out of it, please share it with your friends. I'd really appreciate that. And if you are looking for more on energy healing techniques, inspiration, and understanding how your body is speaking to you, go to the website omanikahealing.ca and sign up for our monthly newsletter. And if you would like an opportunity to work deeper with me, also on the website omanikahealing.ca, we have a sign up for a free 30-minute clarity call. So we can definitely, set some time aside. We'll have some time for some questions and some answers, and just walk through what's going on with you, what I see, and what you can do on your own, and possibly what I can do to help. So if I think that we'd be a good match, I'll present you with an offer to work together. And of course, you can ask me any questions. And I also offer monthly lectures and mini workshops for those of you that live in the Prince George area. If you're not, I'm actually planning on putting these lectures and mini workshops online. So as a membership service, you get 2 to 4 lectures and mini workshops a month. So again, you can find more of that information on omanikahealing.ca. Okay, so it's my purpose to support you in your change, whatever that change is, whatever you want it to be. But in order to make the change, I also need you to support you in your courage and help you explore the clarity in listening intuitively to the mastery already in your body, so that you can live full throttle and you can give others permission to do the same. So thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Okay, bye-bye.